First off, Herman, I remember our visits before. I've been here about half a dozen times, and I've always sat by Herman Minders. And as the honoree gets up, he looks at his watch, and then about 3 minutes, his foot starts tapping. Herman, I've got it. So everybody watch, let me know when he starts tapping his foot. I appreciate this award from the Minders School of Business. And I thank you all for coming to celebrate with Dick Tannenbaum and Ronnie or Ronnie. And I'm so honored to be standing with you guys today. I'd like to introduce my daughter, Jane, and her husband, Tom Leram. And please, and also, all of my friends and coworkers are sitting at these two tables. Would you please stand here and back there? I love going to work every day, and I love going to work with these people. I appreciate them. At the Arnall Family Foundation, we have 3 focuses: companion animal welfare, child welfare, and criminal justice reform. I've learned a lot over the years, and in business, surround yourself with smart people and find the best partners. In philanthropy, again, surround yourself with smart people and find the best partners. In animal welfare, we have Christy Counts, the leading advocate in the field. She's president of Watershed Animal Fund, a division of Arnall Family Foundation. Through innovative thinking, strategic collaborations, leveraging funds, thank you, Christy, we don't pay for it all. And she has saved literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of companion animals from a premature death. Our child welfare work has found a wonderful partner in DHS Director Ed Lake. We had been advised when we first entered this field against even investing or working with the Department of Human Services. We were told they couldn't be trusted, things would never change. We found that's not true, not anymore. We're honored to partner with Director Lake and the entire child welfare team. They're fighting the old culture, they're implementing evidence-based practices to provide the very best outcomes for children in foster care. We have already seen many positive changes, and thanks to his leadership, and a lot more are coming. In criminal justice reform, we have leaders who are swimming against the current. They're trying to bring justice to the system. This is a statistic that just floors me, and I think I really wasn't aware of it. We're incarcerating 5 times the number of people per capita that we did in 1980. That's when I was growing up, going to law school, kind of going. And are we 5 times safer since we're incarcerating all those people? No. How do we get there? The answer is through our war on crime and using incarceration as the first and only means of punishing someone who failed to follow the law, no matter how minor the failure or how minor the law. For example, our county jail houses thousands of people each year who did not pay their traffic fine for citations such as a failure to wear a seatbelt. You heard about the gentleman earlier. Imagine getting a traffic citation for speeding or an expired tag. You get a cite and release first time. Then you either forget about the ticket or can't afford to pay for it, and so you hope they forgot about it, until, say, 15 years later, you're stopped for a traffic violation again. But this time, because there's a warrant out for your arrest because you didn't attend to that citation 15 years ago, the police has to arrest you. That's the law. They have to because there's a warrant for your arrest. So they handcuff you. They place you in their car like they did that other gentleman. They drive you to the jail, they book you. All of your belongings will be taken. And you're placed into a holding cell until they can run your record. You may have the opportunity to call someone within 12 hours, or you may not. If you have the money or have a friend or family member with $200 to $500, which those are the common amounts that are needed to bail out, you can bail yourself out, but likely not for 12 or more hours. You're probably going to be in the jail for 3 days, even if you can afford to get bail, and even if everything clicked right away. When you were calling, you reached the friend, you got the money, you got the bail bondsman, it's gonna be 3 days. 3 days, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you may lose your job, your children, and your home. If you're in there for longer, like most are, or many are, you absolutely will lose all 3. your job, your children, and your home. 80% of the people in the Oklahoma County Jail are awaiting trial and have not been found guilty. And the majority are held for nonviolent charges. The large majority simply can't afford the bail to get out. And then we incarcerate African Americans more than any other ethnic group relative to their population percentages. Both races, Caucasian and African Americans, use marijuana at roughly the same rate. Yet African Americans in Oklahoma are 3 times more likely to be arrested for possession. These are the practices, laws, and policies that we follow, that we have in Oklahoma. But we have leaders stepping up to the plate to correct this injustice. There is a light, and there is momentum to change these inequities in the system that have developed over the last 40 years. We have Bob Ravitz, a public defender. He's fighting for the constitutional rights of all defendants, especially those who absolutely cannot afford a missed paycheck. Bob is the definition of energy and productivity. The man can move. We have Chief City. He's made the brilliant proposal that we stop jailing a person for a small amount of marijuana in possession, but instead cite and release the first time. Under Chief Bill City, our arrest rate for African Americans is declining from 4 times that of Caucasians to 3 times. I expect it to continue to decline as he implements methods proven to reduce and or eliminate discrimination and the harassment of African Americans in the criminal justice system. We have Judge Trong. She's here with us today. She's a true disruptor. She's brave. She's challenged the for-profit industries that have financial gain by keeping people in jail. She goes to the jail at all hours of the day, night, weekends, every weekend. She takes her 14-year-old son every weekend. He knows everybody. Hi. She goes there to find and sign for people who are safe to release. She checks for safety. She does this for those who cannot afford to pay a bondsman to get out of jail. And she does not think it is fair to stay in jail for months while someone with more money and a greater safety risk gets out within a day or 2 or 3. She's taking a lot of heat for this pursuit of justice. We have Sheriff P.D. Taylor. He's here. I'm a great fan of his. He's doing the best he can with a broken system and a broken jail. He works tirelessly to improve the conditions of the jail for the inmates. We have Chris Still at Team. He's training thousands of defendants in life skills, finding jobs and respect, and helping with addiction and pretrial health issues. And Clay Bennett, leading the Criminal Justice Reform Council. He's leading the way and giving credibility to this movement. David Prater, our district attorney, he operates with integrity. He balances community safety, that's his chief goal, which we elected him for, and he balances it with the need to make the punishment fit the crime. And we have Jamie Overstreet. She's at the Juvenile Detention Center. She's teaching her staff the methods for interacting with the children using trauma-informed therapy. She's amazing. I have the honor of working with and for these individuals who challenge the status quo, and they're fighting for justice for all. I encourage you to support them in the fight for the betterment of Oklahoma County. Thank you. He said I passed.